Graduation is a process that goes on until the last day of your life. If you can grasp that, you will make a difference. Ladies and gentlemen, now we have the guiding lights at NMIMS who are always there to show us the right direction and make a difference. It's our privilege to announce that in academic procession are Honorable Shri Amrish Patel, President of Shri Vilaypalle Kelavani Mandal and Chancellor of NMIMS University, Honorable Dr. Shashi Tharoor, Member of Parliament, Chief Guest of the Day, Honorable Dr. Rajan Saxena, Vice Chancellor NMIMS Dean to the University, Office Bearers of SVKM, Dr. Debashish Sanyal, Pro Vice Chancellor, Vice Provost and Dean School of Business Management, Deans and Directors of various schools, Heads of Departments, Chairpersons and faculty members. Registrar Dr. Meena Chintamaneni leads the procession. Requested to kindly remain standing till the dignitaries take their seats on the dais, please. A very good afternoon. You can take your seats, please. A very good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I, Professor Mahajan, welcome you all to the Convocation 2016 of SVKM's NMIMS School of Business Management. May I please request everyone to please stand up for the NMIMS anthem and lighting of the ceremonial lamp. Saraswati, thank you ladies and gentlemen. Saraswati is goddess of knowledge, music, art, wisdom and learning, mother of Vedas and repository of Brahma's creative intelligence. May I request our honorable chief guest, Dr. Shashi Tharoor, Member of Parliament, to come forward and light the ceremonial lamp, and all the dignitaries on the dais to please join him.
Ya kundendu tushara धवला या शुभ्रवस्त्रान्विता या वीणां वरदण्डमण्डितकरा या श्वेत पद्मासना या ब्रह्माच्युत शङ्कर प्रभृतिभिः देवैः सदा पूजिता सा मां पातु सरस्वती भगवती निःशेषजाड्यापहा।
Ladies and gentlemen, kindly take your seats, please. May I request our registrar, Dr. Meena Chintamaneni, to do the proceedings.
I request Shri Amrish Patel, Honorable Chancellor of SVKMs and MIMS, to declare the Convocation 2016 open.
I declare the Convocation 2016 open.
May I please request our Honorable Chancellor, Shri Amrish Patel, to felicitate our guest, Dr. Tharoor, with the bouquet and memento as a token of our appreciation and gratitude. May I request our Honorable Vice Chancellor, Dr. Rajan Saxena, to deliver his welcome address. Sir.
Very good. Honorable Chief Guest for the day, Dr. Shashi Tharoor, the Member of Parliament and also the former Minister of State for Human Resource Development, Chancellor NMIMS University, Shri Amrish Bhai Patel, who is also the President of SVKM, Shri Bhupesh Bhai Patel, Joint President SVKM, Shri Praveen Gandhi, Vice President SVKM, Shri Sunandan Divetia, Honorary Secretary, Dr. Jayant Gandhi, Honorary Joint Secretary, Mr. Shalin Divetia, Honorary Joint Secretary, SVKM and Mentor for NMIMS, Office Bearers of SVKM, Officiating Pro-Vice Chancellor and Vice Provost, Dr. Debashish Sanyal, Registrar, Dr. Meena Chintamani, my colleague deans, heads of the sister institutions, members of the faculty and staff, graduating students, their parents, invited guests, ladies and gentlemen. Today indeed is a very, very auspicious day. Many of you know that for the last couple of days, according to the Hindu calendar, these have been some of the very auspicious days in the Hindu calendar. And just about a few days back, we marked the new year, beginning with Gudi Padwa in Maharashtra. And yesterday, we celebrated Vishu and in Kerala, and Vishu in Assam, and also Baisakhi, just about 2 days back in Punjab. What does this all mark? It marks the beginning of a new year. It also marks the fact that the farmers are delighted at their harvest, and they are just ready for the harvest to be cut. And exactly this is where we are really talking about it, our own kind of a harvest of young graduates just moving out into the market. And that's what I think is a great, great moment for each one of us. Today is Navratra. That's a day when Lord Ram was born, who's an icon of values. And he has often been called, many of you, the parents would recall, many of you would call him as Maryada Purushottam. Well, this is where I think all of us need to really consider the whole issue of the values in our own lives and how do we really take them forward. So my greetings to all of you on this auspicious day and the new year. And let me once again congratulate each one of you who are graduating today. Ladies and gentlemen, it was almost about 3 decades ago that the first batch of management graduates walked out of NMIMS not too sure of the world and the future. Today, almost all of them are leaders in their own chosen profession or career. Many of them are today the chairman, managing directors, CEOs, or directors in their own organizations, or successful entrepreneurs charting continuously a new path in the chosen field. Today, among our several alumni who are today the CEOs, we can count them on not just merely on the fingertip, but we count them in hundreds. And that, I think, makes NMIMS Business School for the last 34 years, that this is the 35 years that the school has been in existence, as being one of the schools that is counted among the leaders itself. So as you all graduate today, you would all be joining this illustrious list of NMIMS alumni who are today shaping the world and the future of organizations. My heartiest congratulations to each one of you and to your parents who have really made it possible for you all to graduate. Please do remember that it is their sacrifices in life that is what has made you where you are today. As a leader of this university, I salute all our parents who are present over here. And certainly a proud moment to all of our faculty colleagues who have taught all of you. Well, ladies and gentlemen, let me also express our sincere gratitude to our chief guest this morning, Dr. Shashi Tharoor, for accepting our invitation. Dr. Tharoor, I know how busy you keep yourself. And not only so, but at the same time, I must say that it was a couple of years ago that the students of this university had invited you, and you couldn't really make it for your kind of reasons. And we had you speak from your home to our entire student community. So that invitation really stood there, and we wanted to take that as an advantage of that. Well, you all know Dr. Tharoor is one of the highly accomplished young political leader and a former diplomat who is currently the Member of Parliament, serving as the chairman of the Parliamentary Standing Committee on External Affairs, and as I said, he was earlier the Minister of State for External Affairs, and also prior to that was the Under Secretary General of the United Nations. We are indeed privileged to have him with us. NMIMS Business School, as I just said, remained among the top 10 B schools in India. And let me just take you across to some of the major highlights of our university performance in the last 1 year. As you would see that on the screen, that there are several awards that our campuses have won. Our schools have won several awards. Our dean, Dr. Sharad Metzger, was declared as one of the best deans. One of our professors was selected for International Visitor Leadership Program of the United States. And our students of engineering, and I'm not talking about the business school because I let that to happen with the dean of the business school who's going to be presenting it. 22 of our students who participated in the conference in civil engineering at Greensboro, USA. Of them, they won 3 awards in different areas. We have also won the awards at the Model United Nations Assembly, and certainly in the NASA's 3rd Human Exploration Rover Challenge, as also Google Online Marketing Challenge, where our students have been winning. We've also been winning We also won the National Taekwondo Championship at our School of Economics, and the School of Commerce students have won the Social Venture Challenge at the Tata Institute of Social Sciences and at the center in Mumbai. Well, research makes a very significant impact at the university, and one of the most important kind of a development has been that of the Newton Bhabha Fund. That is an initiative of the Indian and UK governments to enhance science, innovation, and research cooperation between the two countries. The Royal Academy of Engineering London partnered with FICCI to help enhance research and innovation capacity and improve engineering education within universities in India through building industry-academia linkages. Our engineering college, Mukesh Patel School of Technology Management and Engineering, has been awarded. It's been among the few engineering colleges, about 10 engineering colleges who have been awarded a research award, and the award is of about £34,000, basically to build the capacity in Tier 2 and 3 engineering colleges in Western India, and an equal amount is being committed by NMIMS. We've also signed MOU with a medical college right next door and the Dr. R.N. Cooper Hospital and our School of Pharmacy for the purpose of setting up of a pharmacovigilance unit, which is under the Drug Controller of India. Our School of Science is today extensively involved in stem cell research and in partnership with the DST Institute at Thiruvananthapuram. And some of the kind of research that they have done have today found their place in the high impact journals. Some of our new initiatives are all listed over here, the most important being the launch of the School of Liberal Arts this year, which we'll be announcing it in a short time period. Ladies and gentlemen, and particularly let me address you all as young graduates. You are all aware of the fact that technology is today defining the new world order. Mobile internet, social networks, mobile chat, Internet of Things, etc. They are all changing the way we are connecting and relating to the people and communities. Increasingly, we are finding that the halo effect of the leaders is no more now the one that used to exist. It is getting penetrated, and thanks to all the kind of channels plus the social networks, we are finding that the model of leadership today and influencing style is no more just the one that we saw until yesterday. The transparency has become a very, very important part. And another very important part of this is in terms of looking at how do you create a sustainable change, a change that is going to last for a longer time period. And from that kind of a perspective, we believe, and this is where I would look at it in terms of the history and management science, we realize that it is not the organizational power that will get you there, but it is your personal power that is based on your information and expertise, but more importantly, your referent power. A referent power which is nothing but the charisma that we talk about. A charisma that is based on your personal traits of values, integrity, honesty, hard work, commitment to organization. Those are the kind of things that will take you forward. And so therefore for you, it is important that how do you really create such a kind of a charisma? At the organizational levels, well, it is the same kind of changes that are taking place are making the communications or have a communication challenge for organizations. Each one of you will be required to create what is called as a customized communication for the market or for your kind of a staff and colleagues. As we look around, we find that the new order is today replacing the old one. And as long as this change is not motivated by dogmas and ideology that goes contrary to the tenets of a civilized human society, such change would always deliver some great outcomes. Individuals leading the change have to be more tolerant. Keep this in mind, that the intolerance, or let's say something where you are not able to respect the view which your own team members are going to be giving to you, if you don't do that, it is going to invariably lead towards conflicts, it is going to lead towards a disenchantment, and certainly withdrawal by active contributors in your team. All this is a dysfunctional kind of a behavior. And I think it is important for you all to keep this in mind. So as I close and wish you all the best in your life, let me say that go out into the world with a message. Let us all work together to create a new world order which is based on mutual respect. Let me conclude this by expressing my sincere gratitude to the Honorable Chancellor, NMIMS, and the office bearers of SVKM, the trustees of SVKM, the Board of Management of SVKM, as also to my colleagues in the faculty and staff who have made it possible for us to be able to reach up to this kind of a destination itself. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. May I now invite Dr. Debashish Sanyal, Dean, School of Business Management, NMIMS, to present the annual roundup for the academic year 2015-16.
Honorable Dr. Shashi Tharoor, Member of the Parliament, Chief Guest for the day as a Convocation Speaker, Sri Amrish Bhai Patel, Honorable Chancellor, NMIMS and President SBKM, Sri Bhupesh Patel, Joint President, Sri Praveen Gandhi, Vice President, Sri Sunandan Divetia, Honorary Secretary, Dr. Jayant Gandhi, Joint Honorary Secretary, Sri Shalin Divetia, Joint Secretary and Mentor, NMIMS School of Business Management, Sri Utpal Bayani, Honorary Treasurer, Honorable Vice Chancellor Dr. Rajan Saxena, Registrar Dr. Meena Chintamaneni, Deans, members of the faculty and staff, graduating students, proud parents, invited guests, ladies and gentlemen. My dear students, today we stand at a juncture when you're ready to step out of the terra cognitio and explore the challenges posed by the world relatively unknown to you, the ever-changing world of business. In the past 2 years, we have prepared you to face those challenges separately. And here we are today at Convocation 2016 to celebrate the momentous occasion in the lives of 352 of you and your proud families. My heartiest congratulations to all of you, your parents and spouse. Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of the School of Business Management SVKM NMIMS, I'm happy to present the highlights of the school during the year 2015-16. It has been our endeavor to increase the rigor and intensity of our program, to arm students to win every battle in the corporate world. The SBM faculty, with a mix of academicians and industry practitioners, enables students to not only acquire the requisite knowledge, but also to provide an understanding of how to apply it. Our primary concern is to continuously bridge theory and practice so that we create business leaders who can conceive and execute simultaneously. I'm happy to announce the SBM has lived up to its reputation of being a much sought-after business school. Not only have the batch size witnessed consistent increase in various full-time programs, but also improvement in placements. The average salary has shown significant improvement over last years. SBM has also been honored with various awards in recent years, validating our continuous effort to better ourselves. We believe that to be a good citizen leader, one has to be a good citizen first, one who is rooted to the social implication of any business decision. In this belief, which lead us to focus on the ethics and corporate citizenship. Our program and internships are designed to make students understand the business that does not impact community positively has little relevance. Recognition, award, ranking, and accreditation. NMIMS School of Business Management has always been recognized as a leading business school nationally, making substantial name for itself. SBM has constantly been ranked as the top 10 business school since the time business school ranking started in India. In academic year 2015-16, Business Standards has rated SBM as a Super League business school. Business World has rated it 8th. MBA Universe has ranked it 9th. NMIMS School of Business was ranked 5th in research among all management institutes in the country after IM A, IM B, IM C, and IML. For the second time in a row, Business School won the Global Award for the Innovation in Curriculum Design and Pedagogy at the Indian Management Conclave 2015. School of Business Management also received the award for the Best Academic Institute of the Year for contribution in the field of HR at the annual HR conference at Gurugram. School of Business Management was ranked 7th in academic excellence, personality development, industry exposure by Outlook B School Survey. School of Business Management was ranked 10th in placement performance by Business Today B School Survey. Higher Education Forum has conferred the Innovation Award to the School of Business Management. Faculty Award. Organization of Pharmaceutical Producers of India has awarded Advancement of Education in Pharmaceutical Award to our dear Dr. Tarun Gupta, Professor Emeritus and Program Chairperson of MBA Pharmaceutical Management during the OPPI Golden Jubilee Celebration function in October 2015. Dr. Mayank Jasipura received the Best Professor in Finance Award at Devang Mehta National Educational Award Ceremony. Professor Smita Mazumdar was awarded ITM Silver Jubilee Award for Outstanding Young Faculty. SBM students brought great laurels to SBM NMIMS by representing India and bagging the second prize at L'Oreal Brand Strom 2015, an international case study competition of unparalleled repute. They beat marketing wizards from over 40 countries. Child right film, I Will, made by Smriti Ranjan Dora, won Yes, I Am the Change 2015, a 101-hour social filmmaking challenge under the students category. The team has pledged its prize money of ₹1 lakh to support the cause of Oscar Foundation. Aditya Radhakrishnan and Bhaskar Subramaniam are the winner of Ricket Bankizer Marvick Competition 2015. Geeta Bajaj and Pratap PS was awarded Economic Times Young Leaders Award edition 2015. NMIMS School of Business Management team was the runners-up at National University of Singapore Global Case Competition. SBM student team emerged as the national winner in Henkel Innovation Challenge 8 and participated in the final held at Vienna. Five of our first-year MBA students participated in the contest of 3M and received the Best College Award. The sports contingent of the year has performed exceptionally well. A total of 18 gold medals, 15 silver medals were bagged by students from across fests across the country. Social initiative. To execute its social responsibility towards the large society, NMIM has instituted Jasani Center for Social Entrepreneurship Management. The center leverages its active support to plan and execute WeCare, civic engagement internship for MBA students. The WeCare experience was further augmented to promote social innovations and create thinking through various competitions like We Innovate, social documentary, and photo story competition. In recognition of the center's contribution to social sector, the center received Social Excellence Award from FICCI. Placement. SBM NMIMS Mumbai has a proud history of providing the best talent to the corporate world. Due to the immense faith restored by our recruiters and the excellent caliber of my students, enable us to close placement of the total batch of 565 in record time. The average CTC for MBA emerged as 17.09 lakhs and that of MBA HR 12.04 lakhs per annum. I'm also delighted to say that due to exemplary performance of our students in the internship and national and international competition, over 200 of my students received PPOs and PPIs by companies of repute like Goldman Sachs, JP Morgan, GE, Microsoft, Google, ITC, Dabur, L'Oreal, HUL, Medico, Asian Paints, Vodafone, Ricket Bankizer, Deloitte, ICI, to name a few. The excellent feedback of the industry has set a new benchmark for the upcoming batch, graduating batch. Convocation 2000 will confer graduating degree to 696 students over 2 days. The graduating batch includes 508 students from MBA program, 57 students from MBA HR program, 39 from MBA Pharmaceutical Management program, and 89 from MBA Entrepreneurship and Family Business program. 3 students will be conferred Doctor of Philosophy. The graduating batch includes 203, that is 29% girl students. Graduation is a day to cherish. It gives me immense pleasure to wish each one of you success in every step you take. Heartiest congratulations to the batch of 2016. Today you join the highly accomplished family of SBM alumni, the world over, who have left an incredible mark in the world of business. As you as you take a step to the corporate world, I wish you good luck. I hope you make the most of this learning experience and make NMIMS proud. Graduation is the end of a tough journey and the beginning of a beautiful one. Bon voyage. Before I conclude, let me, on behalf of my faculty and staff and on my personal behalf, would like to convey that we love you and we will miss you. Best wishes.
All our dreams can come true if we have the courage to pursue them. Ladies and gentlemen, the time has finally come to begin with the much-awaited awarding of degrees. May I now request Dr. Veena Vora, Chairperson MBA Program, and Professor Seema Rawat, Chairperson MBA HR, to take over the proceedings.
Thank you, Professor. Good afternoon, everyone. Honorable Chancellor, Shri Amrish Patel, I present before you the students who have passed the PhD program and have registered for this convocation and are present here. I request Dr. Shashi Tharoor, Honorable Chief Guest, Member of Parliament, to kindly hand over the degrees to the students. And I also request Honorable Chancellor Shri Amrish Patel, Honorable Vice Chancellor Dr. Rajan Saxena, and Dean SBM Dr. Debashish Sanyal to please join him. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for Shivaramakrishnan Sriram. Sampat Gayatri. Tomri Sharad. Sir, I present before you the students who, on the basis of their CGPA, have been declared eligible for the Dean's List 2015-16 in the MBA programs. I request Honorable Chancellor Shri Amrish Patel to kindly hand over the degrees to the Dean's Listers, beginning with Sharma Namita. Please give us a moment. Sharma Namita, Sengupta Ashmita. Please keep the applause going, audience. Mittal Tulika. Tiwari Rahul. Kumar Pooja. Singla Deepanshu. Walia Sanjeet. Gupta Shrishti. Mishra Priyadarshi. Aanchal Avnish. Datta Abhishek. Sureka Chirag. Devi Setti Brahmaraj. Jindal Kshitij. Mapsekar Tanmay. Sethi Shivika. Kurvilla Vivek. Fernandez Edelbert. Jain Prateek. Modi Janvi. Sheth Deep. Chatterjee Kannad. Narkhede Nikhil. Agarwal Harsh. Khetani Varun. Dean's Listers for the MBA Pharmaceuticals Management Program, Deshmukh Shalaka, Pednekar Prajakta, Kulkarni Rachna, Dr. Gupta Shikha. Dean's List for the MBA HR program, Ghosh Krishna, Rajpal Saloni, Kaushambi Sinha Chaudhary, Arya Sakshi, Arora Akanksha, and Gupta Vaishali. Thank you, sir. Honorable Chancellor, I present before you the students who have passed the MBA program and have registered for this convocation and are present here. May I please request Sri Shalin Divetia, Joint Secretary and Mentor for SBM NMIMS, to kindly hand over the degrees to the students. May I also request Dean SBM, Dr. Debashri Sanyal, to please join him. MBA Division A, Siddharth. Agarwal Akash. Agarwal Ankita. Please keep the applause going and cheer our students. Agarwal Apurv. Agarwal Mridul. Agarwal Vishesh. Bedi Harpreet. Bhardwaj Rahul. Bhatia Lakshay. Bhattacharya Avik. Dave Mitish. Desai Parth. Gambhir Rishti. Please keep the applause going, audience. Garg Hani. Gera Arnav. Ghosh Parthasarthi. Goel Anurag. Goel Sakshi. Gupta Amit. Gupta Ayush. Jain Sachin. Kadvatkar Viraj. Kale Pallavi. Kamar Saurabh. May I keep requesting you to please applaud for our students. It's a special day. Kaviliga Shri Harsha. Kinha Shiven. Kumar Praveen. Maheshwari Parth. Mathur Aditya. Nagapatnam Raviteja. Narayanan Sri Rukmani. Vignesh. Pavade Anirudh. Pavar Pratik. Ramela Sindura. Roy Abhivrato. Saraf Shivangi. Saranya Abhishek. Shah Neel. Sharma Anurag. Singh Manisha. Singh Paramjeet. Tenwala Kaustav. Students, please cheer for your friends. Tiwari Soumya. Vulugundam Arvind. Dua Samit. And Single Devansh. MBA Division B, Agarwal Archit, Agarwal Natasha, Agarwal Abhishek, BR Pooja, Bavri Yogesh, Bharaj Vinay, Bhatt Sandhya, Bruta Raj, Chawla Rahul, Chidala Vivek Sai, Chaudhary Sachira, Dalal Ajay Singh, Tetani Sunny, Elka Sangeet Reddy, Garude Akhilesh, Goradia Karan. Please keep the applause flowing for Gupta Rohan, Hassan Shoaib, Jain Nitin, Jain Saket, Junjunwala Lovina, Jauhari Ritika, Kadam Soham, Kala Saurabh, Kale Swapnil, Kamat Pratik, Kanodia Yashovardhan, Kartikeyan Prashant, Kushwaha Apurva, Manjrekar Vivek, Mehta Nirmit, Mishra Sumit, Oberoi Vishali, PVK Abhiram, Arjun, Pandey Pavan Kumar. Applause audience please. Prasad Rishabh, Raghuvanshi Deepika, Sangoi Harsh, Shah Bhumi, Sharma Ajay, Sheth Priya, Shukla Devendra, Shukla Saurabh, Singhal Harshit, Tanan Gandharv, Zaman Zishan, and Gupta Atin. Moving on to Division C, Sumita, Arvali Rohit, Bhagat Manoj. Audience, please cheer our students. Bhalerao Anish, Butala Neha, Chawla Gagandi, Chawla Varun, Chaudhary Ankit, Darvemula Manogna, Gokhale Tanvi, Goyal Sahil, Gulati Prarthana, Gupta Abhishek, Hebarale Akanksha, Jain Akshay Kumar, Joshi Omkar, Kalra Akriti, Kedia Atul Krishna, Khurana Vaibhav, Kundu Sneha. Please keep the applause flowing. Mahajan Nirav, Mishra Vineet, Prabhakaran, Nigam Jatin, Pahadia Neha, Parik Ayush, Patil Mohit, Pogaru Venkachalam, Prasad Ankit, Saxena Shikhar, Sen Ruchita, Shah Chirag. Students, please cheer for your friends. Shah Pratik, Shah Rohan, Singh Harjeet Karan, Shishla Shri Sai Sharan, Srivastava Shivendra, Swami Yashovardhan, Syed Isam, Tibriwal Aditya, Trivedi Jinal, Kumar Vaibhav, Varadarajan Vishal, Vasudev Arjun, Yaradi Sharanya, Rathi Krati. Thank you, sir. May I now please request Honorable Vice Chancellor Dr. Rajan Saxena to kindly hand over the degrees to the students, and may I request Dr. Sanyal to please join him. Division D, Mayuri. Abhilash Venkatesh, Agarwal Mohit, Banerjee Dhrubak, Batra Vishnu, Chandana Apurva, Chandrasekhar Vijay, Chaudhary Ruchi, Dawar Simran, Doshi Jay, G. Vaishak, Ghosh Aditya, Jain Ashish Kumar, Javalekar Aditya, Jhunjhunwala Sanchit, Jindal Amit, Joshi Bhavya, Joshi Dayakishan, Kanpal Neha, Kapoor Anant, Kapoor Dheeraj, Kashyap Abhigna, Khandelwal Ankita. Applause please, audience. Costa Anmol Kumar, Arjun KV, Mehta Karishma, Mehta Ronak, Mirchandani Amit, Vitla NVD Pavan Kumar, Fadke Devyani, Putela Ankush, Sehrawat Prakhar, Shah Abhishek, Shah Maitri, Singh Jaskaran, Singh Ramesh Kumar, Singhal Ankita, Singhal Tushar, Singhania Anjum, Teotiya Pratik, Tripathi Aradhya. Please keep the applause flowing. Tyagi Chirag, Upadhyay Varun, and Verma Megha. I now request Professor Seema Rawat, Chairperson MBA HR, to take over the proceedings. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Devora. Honorable Chancellor, I present before you the students who have passed the MBA Pharmaceutical program and have registered for this convocation and are present here. Shah Ayushi, Shakya Ayushi, Pandey Abhishek, Chakrabarti Anuradha, Jain Anjal, Gupta Anuradha, Khose Ashwin Kumar, Babu Bijo, Patel Ekta, Singh Gurbir, Trivedi Hirva, Ruparelia J, Patel Keyur, Krishnan, Lithika, Parthe Mandar, Desai Mitali, Nair Monica. Ladies and gentlemen, please encourage the graduating students. Sharma Neha, Shah Nikita, Bansal Nishant, Kikla Payal, Sharma Pranjal. Your applause, ladies and gentlemen. These are graduating students. Shet Pratik, Jitya Sanam, Kamdar Siddharth, Pathak Sneha, Supraja, Bunan Swastika, Dr. Roy Tapashri, Thakkar Vaibhav, Rane Vignaraj, Honorable Chancellor, I now present before you the students who have passed the MBA HR program and have registered for this convocation and are present here. Ishita Agrawal Nupur. A big round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. These are graduating MBA students. Ahuja Chirag, Bajaj Arpit, Bedi Preet, Bhatia Anshul, Bishnoi Shaitan Singh, Chaudhary Vritika, Damani Bhavna, Dubka Sneha, Goswami Gaurav, Gupta Neha, Jain Vaibhav, Jolly Rhythm, K. Tanushri. Let's keep the applause going. Kandhari Radhika, Kate Tejaswini, Khanna Anushka, Khanna Naman, Kothari Maitri, Kritika Nirupam, Mathur Kamakshi, Miranda Gale, Mohan Shivangi, Mohapatra Anurag, Mohile Ankit. Your applause, ladies and gentlemen. Monga Isha, Narula Mannat. A proud day for the parents and the graduating students. Let's keep the applause going. PVL Deepti, Pal Priyanju, Patil Vrishali, R. Arun Karthik, Saxena Shubhankar, Shet Tishala, Sheikh Uzma, Sheikh Anjum, Shivastava Surbhi, Singh Shantanu, Singh Vivek. Your applause, ladies and gentlemen. Shivastava Anukaran, Thakur Vijendra, and Varma Surabhi. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Honorable Chancellor, 3 students of PhD, starting with Sriram Shivaramakrishnan, 253 students of MBA, starting with Siddharth, 39 students of Pharmaceutical Management, starting with Ayushi Shah, 57 students of MBA HR, starting with Ishita, have successfully completed the program. I request Honorable Vice Chancellor, Dr. Rajan Saxena, to administer the oath on all who are present here and have been permitted to remain absent. I request all students present to rise for the oath.
By virtue of the power vested in me by the Board of Management of SVKM's NMIMS University as Vice Chancellor, I hereby declare all of you who are present and those who are permitted to remain absent are admitted to the respective degrees. I hereby charge you to uphold the dignity and the value of the degree awarded to you by this university in your life and profession. I request the Honorable Chancellor, Shri Amrish Patel, to confer the degrees.
I hereby confer the degrees.
Thank you, everyone, and please be seated. I now request Dr. Meena Chintamaneni, our registrar, to present the register of the successful graduates to Honorable Chancellor Shri Amrish Patel for his signature. Thank you, sir. May I now request our chief guest, Honorable Dr. Shashi Tharoor, to release the convocation roster, brochure, and Pratibimb, the student activity dossier. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Continuous effort, not strength or intelligence, is the key to unlocking our potentials. To recognize the excellence, merit, and hard work of the students at SBM, I would now like to call upon Dr. Debashish Sanyal, Dean, School of Business Management, to announce the much-awaited scholarships, gold, silver, and other awards.
Shri Amrish Patel, Honorable Chancellor, I present before you the rank holders 2014-16 batch, trimester 1 to 6 in the respective MBA program of the School of Business Management based on their highest CGPA average. I request Honorable Chief Guest Dr. Shashi Tharoor to kindly hand over the medals to students. I request Honorable Chancellor Shri Amrish Patel and Honorable Vice Chancellor Dr. Rajan Saxena to kindly join him. We'll start with MBA program. Namita Sharma, second rank from MBA program with CGPA of 3.48. Third rank, Jhalak Agarwal, MBA program, CGPA 3.44. First rank, MBA Pharmaceutical Management, Shaleka Deshmukh, 3.75 CGPA. Second rank, Shikha Gupta, MBA Pharmaceutical Management. First rank, MBA Human Resource Management, Kaushambi Sinha Chaudhary. Kaushambi Sinha Chaudhary, 3.66 CGPA. Second rank, MBA Human Resource Management, Krishna Ghosh, 3.48. I also present before you the students who have been awarded gold and silver medal on the basis of the academic performance and co-curricular activities. Vice Chancellor Gold Medal for the students securing highest CGPA over 6 terms, Shalaka Deshmukh from MBA Pharmaceutical Management. Late Professor Pratap Vijayanand Sarur Silver Medal and a cash award of rupees 3,000 for scoring the highest marks in the subject of investment and portfolio management. Ankit Chaudhary, MBA program. Ankit Chaudhary. Professor Y.K. Zamvir's NMIMS Alumni Association Trophy for the Best Organizer of the Year. It goes to Varun Chawla, MBA program. Varun Chawla. Certificate of Honor in recognition of consistent academic performance and contribution to students' activity in pharmaceutical management for the year. It goes to Shalaka Deshmukh, MBA Pharmaceutical Management. Shalaka Deshmukh. Certificate of Honor in recognition of consistent academic performance and contribution to the students' activities in MBA HR for the year. Kaushambi Sinha Chaudhary. Kaushambi Sinha Chaudhary. SHRM Distinction Award, Kaushambi Sinha Chaudhary. SHRM Distinction Award, Kaushambi Sinha Chaudhary. SHRM Leader in Making Award, Santanu Singh, MBA HR, Santanu Singh. SHRM Outstanding Student Award. SHRM Outstanding Student Award, Bhavna Damania. Bhavna Damania. I now present, sir, before you the best department of the School of Business Management for the year 15 and 16. It goes to Human Resource and Organizational Management Department. It goes to Human Resource and Organizational Department Management. Can I request the chairperson and her team to come and join? Fast, please. Let me announce this. This year onwards, the SBKM Trust and Environment University has taken an important decision to earmark 30% of the seats to the women candidates, 30% of seats to students in MBA programs. I now present before you the Teaching Excellency of the year 2015-16. It goes to Dr. Sriram Sivaramakrishnan. Dr. Sriram Sivaramakrishnan. This year, unfortunately, we do not have any award earmarked for best research output, but now I take the privilege and honor to present before you the best faculty for the year 2015-16. The best faculty for the year 2015-16. It goes to Dr. Chandrima Sikdar. Dr. Chandrima Sikdar. Dr. Chandrima Sikdar. I now present before you the best non-teaching staff of the School of the Business Management for the year 2015-16. The first one is Ms. Jayanti Ramesh. Ms. Jayanti Ramesh. Followed by Ms. Pinky Shah. Pinky Shah. Pinky Shah. I now have a very special award. This certification of appreciation is for the lady who joined School of Business Management in 1992. And since then, she has kept NMIMS connected with all the outside world and with the family members of SBKM and NMIMS. Let us put our hands together to appreciate Ingrid Gomes. Ingrid Gomes. I now present before you the Distinguished Alumnus Award of the year 2015-16. Unfortunately, he is not present today. He'll accept the award on behalf at our Bangalore convocation. It goes to Mr. Manish Sharma, Senior Managing Director, Accenture Operation. Mr. Sharma has not only not able to make it, as I told you, he'll join us in the convocation at Bangalore. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Dr. Sanyal, and heartiest congratulations to all the awardees. our chief guest for the day, Honorable Dr. Shashi Tharoor. As author, politician, and former international civil servant, Dr. Shashi Tharoor straddles several worlds of experience. Currently, a second-term Lok Sabha Member of Parliament representing the Thiruvananthapuram constituency and chairman of the Parliamentary Standing Committee on External Affairs. He has previously served as Minister of State for Human Resource Development and Minister of State for External Affairs in the Government of India. During his nearly 3-decade-long prior career at the United Nations, he served as a peacekeeper, refugee worker, and administrator at the highest levels, serving as Under Secretary General during Kofi Annan's leadership of the organization. Dr. Tharoor is also an award-winning author of 15 books of both fiction as well as non-fiction. Born in London in 1956, Dr. Tharoor was educated in India and the United States, completing a PhD in 1978 at the Fletcher School of Law and Diplomacy at the Tufts University. While there, he received the Robert B. Stewart Prize for the Best Student and also helped found and served as the first editor of the Fletcher Forum of International Affairs, a journal in its 39th year. Dr. Tharoor was also awarded an honorary D.Litt. by the University of Puget Sound and a doctorate honoris causa in history by the University of Bucharest. In 1998, the World Economic Forum in Davos named him a global leader of tomorrow. He is also a recipient of several awards that include a Commonwealth's Writers' Prize and the Pravasi Bharatiya Samman, India's highest honor for overseas nationals. In 2012, the King of Spain awarded him the Encomienda de la Real Order Spanola de Carlos III. Among numerous other awards are one for New Age Politician of the Year from NDTV, the Hakim Kansur Award for National Integration, and the Priyadarshini Award for Excellency in Diplomacy. Thank you, Dr. Tharoor, for honoring the occasion with your presence. May I request you to please address the gathering.
Honorable Chancellor, Shri Amrish Patel, Vice Chancellor, Dr. Rajan Saxena, trustees on the dais, the Vice Provost, Dr. Sanyal, Registrar, Ms. Meena C., deans, faculty, staff, parents, and above all, dear students. It really is a pleasure to be here at the Narsi Munji Institute of Management Studies on this occasion to mark the convocation, or the first part of the convocation, of the graduating batch of 2016. My warmest congratulations to all of you whom we've been able to see on stage, but not just the students, the management, the faculty, and the parents who've done so much to make today possible. This has been a special day of accomplishment, and I think there's a lot to rejoice for all of us. It's interesting to see such a large class. I gather 696 students, MBA students, graduating this year, including 349 today, from such diverse specializations as finance, human resources, marketing, and pharmaceutical management. And I admired the highly impressive reports by Drs. Saxena and Sanyal of what you have all achieved in the course of this year. And I couldn't help noticing, as we were giving away the awards today, how well the women students have done. About 30% of the class has won 85% of the medals and the merit awards. Well done. It's a pattern, and I'm warning the men in this auditorium and beyond. You better pull up your socks, guys. But all of this is a matter of great satisfaction to see your achievements and to celebrate in the joy of the results of all the hard work you've done. Give yourselves a hand. You know, I couldn't help reflecting that I could have been one of you as an MBA graduate had I taken up the offers I received from the two IIMs in existence when I was graduating from college, the IIM Ahmedabad and Calcutta. I got into both of them. They ranked me first and second, and I perhaps foolishly turned them down to go off and study international affairs in America instead. Well, my life turned out in a certain way. It would have been very different if I had done what you've all done and acquired that MBA and joined the world. But as a result, I have to confess that I come from an academic background completely devoid of any training in management. But given my 7 years of professional leadership of the largest department of the United Nations Secretariat, where I had over 800 staff scattered in 77 offices around the world, a shrinking budget and political pressures to prune my staff and my costs, I sometimes feel like I earned an MBA degree on the job. So forgive me for the pretensions of speaking to you today. Many of you have already got your jobs elsewhere. Some of you would prefer to start your own, and perhaps even after the jobs you've got, many of you will become entrepreneurs. India is increasingly becoming an entrepreneurship-driven economy. Indians abroad have already proved themselves in the number of startups they've helmed in places like Silicon Valley. And I know there's a place not too far from here being called Powai Valley for the increasing number of startups that are located there. And all these have gone on to change our outlook on the world. Of course, the established multinational corporations operating in our country have looked at our homegrown talent for many, many years. But more than the nitty-gritty of finance or marketing or HR, in many ways, the significance of an MBA education is what it teaches you about leadership. Now, today, the options you have available to all of you are countless. I remember after my days in college, how few were the options available to graduating youngsters in the India of the 1970s or the early 1970s. Our economy was still very closed, socialist, protectionist, international exposure was limited, the word globalization hadn't been heard. Today the world is smaller, opportunities are far greater, and today's graduates have a wide variety of choices in India and outside that were unknown, let alone available to previous generations. India's economy, of course, has transformed itself dramatically since the liberalization of 1991, when Dr. Manmohan Singh told the Parliament that no power on earth could stop an idea whose time had come. And that idea was the liberalization of the Indian economy, which has given us a diversity that allowed us to weather the storms that confronted the global economy after the crisis of 2008 onwards. This year, or last year, in 2015, the International Monetary Fund has predicted that despite all that's happening around the globe, the Indian economy will be the fastest growing major economy in the world. A few years ago, we overtook Japan to become the third largest economy in the world by purchasing power parity, PPP terms. But in many ways, the best is yet to come because we have you on our side. Age is on our side. You are the builders of our country, and we are the youngest major economy in the world. At a time when many of our potential competitors, China, Japan, South Korea, are facing a serious demographic squeeze, and of course, the rest of the world is aging. In Europe, the average age is going to be 46 by 2020. In Japan, it's going to be 47. In America even, youthful immigrant-fueled America, it's going to be 40. In India, it'll be 29. So we have this huge young population, 50% under 25, 65% under 35. A young country, and you as young, fresh graduates will be joining a dynamic, competitive, productive, youthful workforce, which could be the engine of the world, taking over from China. In fact, the International Labour Organization, ILO, has predicted that by 2020, we will have in India 116 million workers in the job-starting age group of 20 to 24, whereas China will only have 94 million. In fact, this transformation suggests that we will have the labor force that could change the world. Our situation will compare with the industrialized world as labor force is going down by 4% by that time. By 2020, China's will go down by 5%, India's will increase by 32%. So as far as the age structure and potential is concerned, it's a huge competitive advantage. And this is the time for us to seize that advantage, but the demographic dividend will only work in our favor if we can educate and train our young people to seize the opportunities available to them in the 21st century. Those of you who have graduated from NMIMS, obviously for you, the world is your oyster. For everyone else in our country who are less fortunate, less privileged, the question marks abound. Our demographic dividend could become a demographic disaster if we continue to proliferate in different parts of our country legions of uneducated or undereducated, unemployed and therefore unemployable, and therefore very frustrated young men. I say men because we've had Maoist incidents in 165 districts in our country, and these are young men who, because they will have no jobs, have no stake in our society, because we haven't equipped them to be part of it. That's why I've always argued that education and skill development are not just a socio-economic issue in our country, they are a national security issue. You represent the successful side of that experiment, of that challenge, but there is still the challenge awaiting our government and the rest of the country in other parts of the world. But this is where you all come in. Harnessing young India's potential will require highly educated and motivated individuals to provide leadership across all sectors of our economy. It's because of this that management education remains a significant weapon in our national arsenal as we march towards greater economic growth. While we celebrate the management schools that have created a distinctive brand India in business education, our legacy has been strengthened by some of the newer institutions, and I know there are many that are much newer than you, but you would still qualify as a 35-year-old one, which have now been providing talented young students with an opportunity to equip yourselves to lead our economy. The education here that you've received will not, however, add up to anything significant for India if you don't use it and the time and the age on your side to become the leaders who can transform the Indian economy and the future of India for the better. I remember when I was at the UN, Secretary General Kofi Annan used to love to tell the story of the hen and the pig discussing the problems of the world. And the hen says, you know, the world has so many different problems, we can get together, we can solve them. And the pig said, but you know, we're only a hen and a pig, what can we do? Hen said, well, let's disaggregate the problems. Take hunger, for example. I provide the eggs and you provide the bacon, and between us we'll get hunger licked. So the pig thinks for a second and says, you provide the eggs and I provide the bacon, huh? So yours is a contribution, mine is total commitment. I tell that story because some of you would prefer to make a contribution. You will go into the private sector, you will make your fortunes, but remember the country that you have come from and the backgrounds that you have enjoyed the privileges of. And some of you may put yourself on the front lines to transform. How can you contribute to our country? You know, the definition of contributing to the country has long since gone past traditional approaches. Think beyond established lines. Ask yourself, what can you do for your country that hasn't been done? Ours is a civilization that for millennia has done extraordinary things, offered refuge and, more importantly, religious and cultural freedom to all those who have come to these shores and lived here and grown here and prospered here. In fact, the British historian E.P. Thompson wrote some years ago that this heritage of diversity in India is what makes India the most important country for the future of the world. He said, all the convergent influences of the world run through this society. There is not a thought that is being thought in the West or the East that is not active in some Indian mind. I'm glad a Brit said that and not an Indian. But the magic of Indian nationalism is that it is not based on a particular language or a particular geography or a particular religion or even a particular ethnicity. Indian nationalism is a nationalism of an idea, the idea of an ever land, if I can stand Peter Pan on his head, emerging from an ancient civilization, united by a shared history and sustained by our pluralist democracy. As young Indians and future leaders, you must aspire to preserve this pluralism, which is so essential to India's survival. Education gives you the power to be the voice of reason and sense, of cooperation and harmony amidst chaos and anarchy. You must make choices that reflect your education, that give credence to our spirit of assimilation. Our democracy, our thriving free media, our contentious civil society forums and NGO groups, including our energetic human rights groups, the remarkable spectacle of our extraordinary general elections. All of these have made of India a rare example of the successful management of diversity in the developing world. And that is something that we must all play a role in cherishing. Many of you will know Tagore's famous verse from Gitanjali, calling for a country where the mind was without fear and the head is held high. That is the country that we all cherish. And yet we know that our country is under threat of being broken up, at least mentally, by narrow domestic walls. Despite being a young nation, we are an ancient civilization, which far outstrips this young republic or the developing country the world sees us as. In one of my books, The Great Indian Novel, I began irreverently by saying we are not an underdeveloped country. If you look back at our ancient history, the Vedas were on to the Mauryas, the Guptas, and even the Mughals. We are a highly developed country in an advanced state of decay. Now that is the privilege of the satirist, and I wouldn't say it today because that decay is being replaced by highly energetic, thrusting new development forward. But we must carry our civilization with us, its ethos, its emotions, its many stories, its teachings and contributions that are far richer than any one of us. And as future leaders, you need to redefine in your own terms what that leadership means. Yes, look back at the heritage and draw from it, but simultaneously look forward and work towards building upon the existing idea of India. And then your education as managers and entrepreneurs should be applied in one way or another to look for solutions to the problems faced by India and the world at large. In 69 years of our independence as a nation, we've often found creative solutions to our problems. I feel immense pride when I recall how far we have come, how the managerial skills of our citizens and our leaders have allowed us to grow so much since 1947, when the British left us with a legacy of 0.1% annual growth, 17% literacy. I mentioned the women. When the British left, 8% of Indian women were literate. Life expectancy of 27, and 90% of our population below the poverty line in 1947. We've come a long way. We should be proud of it. We're very good at criticizing ourselves, criticizing our nation. But what we have accomplished, it's not enough. We shouldn't be complacent. There's a lot more we can do, but we have accomplished a great deal to get where we have. Your own Chancellor has set such an outstanding example with his Shirpur model of all-round development. So his work in water conservation, irrigation, education, health, and environment protection has been exemplary, and I congratulate you, Amrishji. As our country tackles challenges in these diverse areas, and also in housing, transportation, energy, healthcare, of course, communications, financial services, clean water, and all of these, the quality of our management education becomes a critical factor. But then the question comes, of course, what are your assumptions as you face all this? I used to love telling a story, but I haven't told it in a while, so I'll tell it again, of the bad old days when I was a kid and the Green Revolution hadn't yet come to India. And the Americans were sending agricultural experts to advise Indian farmers. And so the story goes that this American expert arrived in an Indian farm. It was a fairly modest little place, you know, given given the land reform and the pressure of population, our farms weren't that big. But the Indian farmer welcomed his American visitor very proudly and said, you know, all this is my farm, not much larger than the space of this auditorium. And the American looked and said, and then the Indian said, can you see that national highway over there? And the American looked and he saw a dirt road. But the Indian said very proudly, my land goes all the way up to there. And then he said, you see that irrigation canal? And the American looked and he saw a trickle of water. And the Indian farmer said, my land goes all the way up to there. And then he said to the American, what about you? Now, the American had his farm in some of these prairie Midwestern states like Kansas or something, where the wheat fields roll on for miles on end and you can't see the end of the farm at the horizon. So he cleared his throat and said, well, says, in the morning I get into my tractor, I drive 2 hours north to the northern boundary of my farm. Then it's another 2.5 hours to the western boundary of my farm. I break for a sandwich. It takes me 3 hours to get to the southern boundary of my farm. Then it's an hour and a half to the eastern boundary of my farm, and by the time the sun sets, it takes me in my tractor another hour and a quarter back to the ranch house. He finds the Indian farmer nodding very sympathetically. I know, says the Indian. I too used to have a tractor like that. Now, the reason I tell that story is not just to show that the Indian is never easily put down, but that everything, what you understand, depends on what your assumptions are. And we must have the right assumptions resting on our own heritage, traditions, and social and economic realities. We must count upon the inherent creativity and spirit of enterprise that each of you has to overcome the challenges of the new century. This will need Indian business schools to understand and teach the way India works and how its pulse beats. It's encouraging that case studies like the Dabbawalas of Mumbai or Sulabh International or even Lalu Prasad Yadav's railway reforms have all been introduced in the curricula of various business schools, not just in India but around the world, giving a taste to our students of how indigenous business management practices have worked. Our Indian principle of jugaad is becoming institutionalized, not as something necessarily, as the critics say, that people use just to twist their way around the system to get things done or to cut corners. I think it's much more than that. To me, what I celebrate about that is its ways of thinking out of the box, to repurpose things, to make do with what you've got within your resource constraints and create solutions. Think creatively, and most important, bring non-traditional solutions to traditional issues. I mean, one problem in our school education has always been the tradition of rote learning, of telling kids, you just cram for the exams. And this is what we teach you, this is what the textbook says, this is what the teacher says, and you will do well in the exams depending on your ability to regurgitate what you've been taught. Well, that may work in the exams in our country, but it doesn't work so well in the bigger examination called life, where it's not enough to answer the questions, you need to be able to question the answers. Where it's not enough to have a well-filled mind, crammed with all the facts that your textbooks have taught you, because in the era of Google, you don't need a well-filled mind. What you need is a well-formed mind, a mind that can think creatively, that can understand when you see unfamiliar problems, what the essence of them are, synthesize them, come up with problem-solving approaches, and tackle them. And thinking out of the box is essential for that. The creativity that too often we stifle in our schools is indispensable in the real world. Actually, I'm wearing an example of something that I found particularly creative solution. I need glasses for distance. I don't need them to look at my notes here or see my colleagues on the desk. But say if I had to see somebody halfway down the audience and recognize them, I couldn't do it without glasses. But I'm hopeless. I keep losing them, breaking them, misplacing them. In my political life in Kerala, I wear the Kerala munda or dhoti, which has no pockets. So I'll leave them in my lap. I'll get up. It'll fall down. Somebody will step on them. At one point, I think the beginning of 2013, I broke 6 pairs of glasses in 3 months. So I was lamenting this to a friend, and he said, what's the problem, and why does this keep happening to you? And I said, the real problem is for 150 years, glasses have always been made the same way. They are joined at the bridge and hang over your ears. I happen to find that uncomfortable, so I always take them off when I don't need them, and I only need them 5% of my day. So I said, why didn't somebody think of how to make glasses differently in the last 150 years? And he said, somebody has. And he decided to solve my problem through an out-of-the-box solution. And he came back, and here it is. It's hanging around my neck. I don't lose these anymore, because when I need to see somebody at the back of the hall, all I need to do is click them together with magnets in the middle. There's your out-of-the-box solution. So I can say hello and take them off again. But I mention this because in 2011, I was invited to inaugurate the India Innovation Center at the University of Toronto. So foreign university was studying Indian innovation before we were making an academic subject of it. In fact, the buzzword then was Indovation, innovations developed in India. Frugal innovation was the other buzzword. If you do a Google search for the phrase frugal innovation, the top 20 results will all relate to innovations made in India. We don't have time for me to give you these examples. But my point is that thinking out of the box, coming up within our limited resources, but within our own realities, with new innovative solutions, is something we're beginning to do. We need to do much more of. We are the country that invented the zero all those many millions of years ago, or thousands of years ago, I beg your pardon. But today, all we are inventing, it sometimes seems, is zero. We need to do more. We need to have world-conquering inventions coming out of our Indian minds. And I think we need educated managers who too will think creatively, recognize originality when they find it, look for the path-breaking solution. New challenges in this era of globalization. It's interesting to realize it's a word we use so widely, but it only came up for the first time in the modern world in 1983, an article in the Harvard Business Review. And of course, it's with the end of the Cold War, the narrowing of global boundaries, that globalization became a reality. It's a complex, controversial, and synergistic process in which improvements in technology, especially in communications technology and transportation, have combined with the deregulation of markets, liberalization in India, open borders, generally speaking, except for workers, sadly, to bring about vastly expanded flows of managers, money, goods, services, and information. This process, at its best, integrates people, businesses, non-governmental organizations, and nations into larger networks, and at its best, again, can promote convergence, harmonization, efficiency, growth, and perhaps even more democratization around the world. But it has a dark side too. It produces economic and social dislocations. It arouses public concerns over job security, the distribution of economic gains, the impact of volatility on families, communities, and nations. Much of what we're seeing in American politics today, in European politics, is the anxiety of people who can no longer take their assumptions about their lifestyles for granted, who can no longer assume they'll have a better life than their parents. And they're fighting back, and the backlash is interesting and worrying. As modern-day leaders, you must learn how to handle the thorns that come with these roses. You cannot be, as Indians, you cannot be managers for the bottom line without any concern for those below that bottom line, the bottom of the proverbial pyramid. Economic growth is vital. I share that view. But the magic of the market will not appeal to those who cannot afford to enter the marketplace. We need to extend the benefits of globalization and liberalization to the poor by supporting growth and also distributing the fruits of that growth to those who have been excluded or marginalized. The assets of the 200 richest people in the world are more than the combined income of 41% of the world's population. As leaders of the new age, you have a large imbalance to correct. Remember, for India, whether we grow at 9% as we once did, or at 7.3% as we do now, we cannot forget that the focus of our development must be on the bottom 25% of our population. And another important element of leadership in today's age in our country is one we don't talk enough about, and that's ethics in business. The key difficulty surrounding business ethics is that by definition, ethics goes beyond the merely legal. But how far beyond? It's argued that no institutionalized rules exist in our country. Public opinion isn't a very good guide. It's subject to change as well. Then as managers and leaders, how do you judge what is right and what is wrong? The philosopher who sought to judge this best, who sought to establish ethical rules on the firmest possible foundation, was Immanuel Kant in the 19th century. And his basic ethics proposition was a simple question: what if everyone did that? I believe that this simple logic, except in some rare cases, works as an eloquent compass in times of moral dilemmas. Every time that you are confronted with a dubious challenge, a dubious ethical challenge, ask yourself, what if everyone did that? If you can live with the answer, then go ahead, but only then should you go ahead. Otherwise, say, no, I should not do something which would cause vast damage and be morally unacceptable to me if everyone else also did it. Ethics in business and even in government has to be the anti-clogging device in the arteries of our system that cleanses our system every now and then, lest it burst from the pressures of greed and corruption. In a world mired with shady souls and broken promises, I would like to ask educators and students to find in yourselves the will to stick to the right path as leaders of a new and, I hope, better era. In a country like ours, where corruption is rife in society, inculcating the right values must become a vital part of an MBA education. And I was so glad when values were mentioned up front in Dr. Rajan Saksena's speech as your Vice Chancellor. The challenges and opportunities that corporations and industries pose for business leaders are the same that nations and governments pose for political leaders. Despite the different habitats inhabited by our two apparently different species, I would suggest that the temperament, the intellectual ability, and the qualities of endurance and patience that are required in a successful business leader are entirely the qualities that no self-respecting politician seeking public office can do without. Of course, for a while now, it's seemed we now live in an India where instead of saying Merry Christmas, we should be saying Happy Good Governance Day. Developing and preserving good governance is essential for our country, and it must become the passion of all governments. Good governance means applying standards of quality and efficiency to the process of delivering services to the public. And for achieving this good governance, we need good leaders to be groomed young. As an MP, I've had the occasion of interacting with many young people, potential future leaders of India. I've been impressed by their enthusiasm, enterprise, idealism that they've shown in dealing with the problems of our country. And that's why I'm hopeful that some of you too who graduated today will enter the political mainstream and provide leadership and governance. God knows that our politics could use some trained managers as well one day. Because we need trained managers like you to help identify quality solutions across the board to our long-standing national problems, the ones that haven't changed since time immemorial. We've still not solved the problems of providing the Aam Aadmi with roti, kapda or makan, and now it's graduated to bijli, sadak or pani, and one can add kitab, naukri, and perhaps these days broadband as well to the wish list that every ordinary Indian must have. Now, we need to find innovative ways to tackle these shortfalls, these needs, solve them. We can't go on postponing the achievement of this for all Indians. We have to solve these problems, preserving our environment, ensuring good governance. But it can be done, and Indians can do it. I remain inspired by the 100-year-old, or more than 100 years old, the 1890s, when in this city, the great industrialist to be, Jamshedji Tata, was denied admission to Pike's Hotel in Bombay at the peak of the British Empire because they had a sign saying Indians and dogs not allowed. So what did he do? He went off and built a far grander, more opulent hotel that was open to Indians, the Taj Mahal Hotel. I don't know about the dogs, but the Indians could get in, right? Now, the Taj is today considered one of the finest hotels in the world, whereas Pike's has long since closed. When the same Mr. Tata set up India's first ever steel mill in 1905, in the face of implacable British hostility, the fact is that a colonial official sneered one day that he would personally eat every ounce of steel that an Indian was capable of producing. It's a pity he didn't live to see the descendants of Jamshedji Tata taking over and now selling what remains of British steel through its acquisition of Chorus. It might have given him a bad case of indigestion. And of course, many of the graduates will remember the internet meme that went around on our emails and WhatsApps last summer when the newly re-elected British Prime Minister David Cameron went off to Buckingham Palace to claim his new renewed mandate. And as the Indians said in forwarding the photograph of this, there goes the British Prime Minister in an Indian-owned car, the Jaguar, escorted by British police, and another Indian-owned car, the Land Rover. That's enough to send a post-colonial frisson through us. Now, in other words, it's time to set aside the old stereotypes of who can and cannot excel at what in our globalizing world. In this new world, we need managers who can lead, who can innovate, who can inspire, who can reach out beyond the limits that their forerunners have lived with. Our country needs a country-wide commitment to quality that can work across all these areas, create awareness, promote effective implementation, and continually, of course, improve as we go along. Today, graduates, as you step out, remember this is not merely the end of your NMIMS education, but a wonderful beginning as you embark into the real world to display your talent and intelligence to your new employers. I can say with confidence that as motivated and mature individuals, you will make exceptional contributions to the vast pool of knowledge and wealth in our country and in the world. But as future leaders of India, I'm sure you will carry the weight of the countless, nameless, faceless citizens of India who rely on your skill and your dedication and your acquired managerial talent to help build them, too, a better tomorrow. As you exit this campus today, remember that even though you might be sitting in a business firm or in a multinational corporation or consulting or in a think tank, or perhaps doing what the world likes to call off-the-map professions, whatever you do, do your best and your contribution to the country will be immense. The fact is that the best prescription I can give you all is never let yourselves down. Never stop challenging yourself. Every one of you has your own talent, not just the ones who won the medals. The ones who didn't win the medals know what they're capable of inside them. Keep drawing that out of yourself. Remember, no one can be a better you than you yourself. That's what you owe yourself to do. And if you do that, believe me, this world full of opportunities needs your talent, your enthusiasm, your spirit, your desire to succeed, and our country will be a better place. Now, it would be odd for a politician to end a speech without quoting Mahatma Gandhi, so let me live up to your expectations and do so. But not one of his better-known quotes, okay? Gandhiji said, "It is the quality of our work that will please God and not the quantity," unquote. He, of course, also more famously declared, "Be the change that you wish to see in the world." Since quality will not come without change, I think both his exhortations apply to all of you. Change yourselves to change the world, and do so with work and values of the highest quality. I'm sure these two thoughts of Mahatma Gandhi can illuminate your quest for continued accomplishment in all aspects of your life and work. Congratulations again on today's accomplishments. Good luck in your careers. Thank you, and Jai Hind.
Thank you, sir, for those invaluable words. I'm sure each one of us is going back motivated, informed, and encouraged. May I now request Dr. Debashish Sanyal, Pro Vice Chancellor, Vice Provost, and Dean SBM to deliver vote of thanks.
Honorable Dr. Shashi Tharoor, Member of the Parliament of India and Chief Guest for the day, Honorable Sri Amrish Patel, Chancellor NMIMS and President SBKM, other esteemed members in the dais, Honorable Vice Chancellor Dr. Rajan Saxena, members of SBKM Trust, officials of SBKM, Registrar Dr. Meena Chintamaneni, Deans, members of the faculty and staff of NMIMS, graduating students, proud parents and spouse, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. At a university, the Board of Management is the highest body under the UGC Act that gives authority over the design, delivery, assessment, and quality assurance of our academic, research, and other engagement program. I have the privilege to be the Dean of the prestigious SBKM NMIMS School of Business Management. On behalf of NMIMS University, as in charge Pro Vice Chancellor, Provost Management Education, and Dean of School of Business Management, I stand here not only to congratulate all the new graduates, but also to propose the vote of thanks. I am privileged and honored. First, let me take this opportunity to thank our esteemed chief guest, Dr. Shashi Tharoor, for his presence in spite of his busy schedule. Your view, sir, on nationalism, on diversity, on Indian economy, on ethics, on governance is noteworthy, and everyone will be pondering and debating in days to come. Hearing you is always great pleasure, sir, and experience. I'm sure students and all present here have loved your address and will remember for years to come. I would like to express my sincere thanks. I would like to express my sincere thanks to the President of SBKM and Chancellor NMIMS for his presence and for his continuous guidance and support. Your strong belief to serve society by offering education to all those who are deserving keeps all of us motivated and charged to provide quality education. My thanks are due to our Dr. Rajan Saxena, Vice Chancellor NMIMS University, not only for his presence and inspiring address, but also for his continuous guidance and leadership. Special thanks are due to Sri Shalin Divitya, mentor in NMIMS School of Business Management, for his continuous support and guidance. I also take this opportunity to thank our esteemed members on the dais for their continuous support, guidance, and for bestowing the confidence and faith on School of Business Management to deliver quality program. I must hasten to congratulate and thank each and every faculty members. You worked so diligently with this graduate, often in the face of enormous challenges. You ensured that they are more than ready to take the rightful place in the world. You provided the knowledge and the skills that empowered them to play their part in creating a better future, not only for themselves and their families, but also for the community, their country, and the world at large. Congratulations to you all. I'll be failing in my duty. I'll be failing in my duty if I don't thank all the members of SBKM Trust, the officials of SBKM, the deans and the staffs of NMIMS University. Congratulations and thanks are due to the parents, family members, spouse, who sacrificed so much to give these graduates one of the life's greatest game changer, high quality university education. Dear students, don't forget to give a loving hug to your dear parents after the ceremony. That's the minimum you can give for all that they have given you. Last but not the least, my dearest graduates, you are a special group of young people. You are intelligent, focused, driven, dedicated, and tenacious. Without all this set of virtues, you could not have graduated, and this occasion would not have taken place. Before I sign off, I would like to thank each and every one of you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. I request the Registrar, Dr. Meena Chintamaneni, to take the proceedings.
I request Shri Amrish Patel, our Honorable Chancellor, to declare Convocation 2016 closed.
I declare the Convocation 2016 closed.
Thank you, Meena. May I request you all to rise for the national anthem, please?
Jai
academic procession leaves the auditorium. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. My message, especially to young people, is to have courage to think differently, courage to invent, to travel the unexplored path, courage to discover the impossible, and to conquer the problems and succeed. These are great qualities they must work toward, said Dr. Kalam. With this, I congratulate each graduating student and their parents. It's your day today. Thank you once again, and welcome to NMIMS alumni family. Please note the arrangement for lunch for the students